Stop! She's spitting on me. You girls need to stop. Haley, you're grounded today. Didn't I ask for your help, Haley, putting all this stuff away?
Mum tells me that she keeps Haley busy with chores so that she keeps her out of trouble. But what does she keep Alexis busy with?
You could start with that to keep you busy. You need to grab all that and pick it up.
No,
Haley, load up and rinse off the dishes. Sheets need to be folded. Clothes need to be put away. That's your chore, Haley. Do it now.
Haley's fully aware that she's being treated very differently to the rest of her sisters and brother, and she's now rebelling towards that. So what do you do in the house? Like, what's your responsibilities?
I do a lot of chores.
You do a lot of chores?
Mm-hmm.
Your other brothers and sisters, they do a lot of chores?
I do the most.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How come you do the most then?
My mom usually gets mad, and so I help.
Her mother tends to vent all her frustration out on Haley. They're not going to be close if she continues to behave like this. After my conversation with Mum and Dad, I realised that this family need time to build relationships. There's been a lot of resentment built up, you know, over the years with Haley. And I think it's time, as we are starting everything fresh, to really make amends with Haley. Talk to her, mother to daughter, about how you want to be able to really have a relationship with her. And I think she needs to know that you love her and that you care about her a lot. And I'm going to suggest that after you've had that conversation, we go off and take Haley and yourself bowling.
Okay.
Just you and her.
When I faced Haley, it was kind of hard because we haven't really connected and talked about things. We're gonna go out and it's just gonna be you and me and we're gonna get to go bowling. It's just gonna be you and I.
It was so important for her to go into Haley's bedroom and to talk to her daughter.
If there's any issues with anything, I want you to know that you can always come to me.
Why? Why can she come to you?
Because I'm her mom and she can depend on me and trust me to help her.
If you can't be open with your daughter, we can't bridge the gap between you and Haley. So what are you going to do to change so that you can have a better relationship with Haley?
The yelling's been more directed to you. From now on, it's not going to be screaming, it's just going to be talking to you and telling you the things that you're doing wrong. But make sure you always know that you can come to me.
I think you should give each other a big squeeze, huh? Yeah, a big hug. Lean over, what's this? Hold your daughter and your mum, huh?
When Joe had Mom hug me, it made me feel like I have my family back. I don't remember the last time Mom hugged me. Are you ready?
Okay, you have to get socks and shoes.
She's still very alienated from the family and won't allow herself to get close to her children at all. You've cut yourself off from receiving your kids' love. So every time you get close, it makes you emotional. You both deserve to hug each other and feel each other's love. It's a beautiful thing, okay? I want you to do that at bowling, all right? Lots of hugs and kisses, okay? Let's connect physically, all right, and emotionally with our children.
Okay.
See you later. When I first arrived at the Martinez household, I learnt that Dad had already been in Iraq for a month, which left Michelle to raise the kids single-handedly, and I could tell that emotionally she just wasn't holding up.
If I could get an email every day, it would make my day instead of whenever I can get it, you know. But I guess whenever I get an email, I should just be happy. To stay in touch with my husband, Sendo, it's very important to me. But the phone calls and the emails, sometimes there can be many days in between, and then I start emailing him crazy, what's going on? You think you get used to it, but you don't get used to him being gone. It's challenging and it gets very hard at times because I love him so much.
Michelle was still in tears, and she was back checking the emails when the phone started to ring.
Hello? Hi, honey.
Misha hasn't spoke to her husband for a while, and once Mum heard Sindo's voice, her whole mood changed dramatically. And I just realised that emotionally, she's on this roller coaster every day.
Mikey.
Mikey,
Mikey, come here.
Daddy.
Phone.
Yes, Daddy.
are you being mean to Bubba?
Yeah.
You can't be mean.
How frustrating is it for you being where you are?
Being here, I can tell all the kids to behave.
Viva!
But as soon as we hang up, they're gonna be mischievous again.
Mum's at home with the 3 kids, and Dad's in Iraq working, and the emotional turmoil that they go through pulls on all of their hearts.
The calls are far and few between. But when he does call, it's important to me because I know when I answer that phone, he's alive and I know he's okay. Daddy says group hug.
Bye.
Group hug.
Good hug.
Guys,
Love you. I miss you too. Bye.
During Mum's phone call with Dad, I could see there's certainly love in this house, but Mum needs to bring joy to her family as well, and not just when Dad calls.
Yes, it's just
Coming over emotional.
I'm starting to feel better about myself, that I can better handle situations. So it feels so good to cry of joy instead of being sad. I'm getting to the point where I can start having the best relationship with my kids, and my heart is just like ready to burst because it's so I'm so ecstatic right now.
That's a good thing.
I'm so ecstatic.
With Misha now feeling more confident, my next move was to show her that Dad is only a click away. So I had a little surprise for her. So there is something that I do want to show you. I would like you to say hello to your husband. He can see you on this webcam.
When I walked into the den and seen my husband's face on the computer, I was blown away. I was speechless.
Wow, you look beautiful. I love you.
I love you too.
So you want to see your baby chickens?
Ah, yes, please.
All right. And up the kids came with their eyes closed, not knowing what they were going to see or hear. Okay, you come here.
Yep. All right, open.
Daddy.
It was a lovely moment, just being able to watch the kids talk to their dad and telling their silly jokes as they do.
Can I get a group hug?
For him to say group hug and he was able to see it, I think that made his day, and it made my day too, that we could show him we're doing his group hug for him to put that smile on his face.
Thank you.
Quit licking.
Felt good when we all gave a group hug. Now I can see my dad whenever I want.
All right, big hug, big hug.
The next day, to get this family more united and the kids behaving better, I would have to get Charles and Bernadette and work on their relationship. How long have you been married? How long?
13 years.
It's a long time.
It's a long time.
Tell me one beautiful thing about this woman that did not make you hesitate to marry her.
She was very forgiving.
I had Mum and Dad write in 2 circles, shallow and core. The outside shallow values were their emotions of how they were feeling right now, and that had blinded the core values of why they met.
When I was writing him down, I was like, gee, and I had to look at him like, yeah, you know, this is my guy.
I thought it was refreshing to just kind of backtrack and look at what really brought us together.
Give me 3 things out of your core.
He's honest, he's patient, and he has Christian values.
Do the same.
Companionship, love, and forgiveness.
Show each other yours.
I got a chance to reflect on, you know, all the things that I really do feel about Charles. You know, it was a time to take all that negativity, kind of bring it back home, like, you know, this is why I married him, and these things are still there.
Can I ask you both a question? Why are you still married to
I'm
Bernadette?
still married because I still love her, and I think that maybe one day that she'll begin to see what the real me.
You still love her. Why are you still married to Charles?
I love him.
Sometimes we get so busy with so many other things that we don't reflect on those things, and it's really made me feel good that she still remembered those things.
are wanted to take advantage of really bringing out Mum's fun, loving side, so this family could do something together and have a lot of fun. On each team, have to complete this puzzle. This puzzle will lead you to the next step. The losing team gets pied. On your marks, get set, go!
Spread it out. The middle piece inside the middle piece.
Where?
It goes right there.
Go to backyard.
All right, go! To the next stage, quick! After the puzzle, both teams had to rush out into the backyard and use a water squirting gun to reveal a message. You've got to spray off that foam with a water gun.
Okay, there you go.
Come on, aim, Joe. Come on for it, aim.
Go, Joe, go to front yard.
Hey, keep going, keep pumping, keep pumping. Moving into the last leg of the game, it really was neck and neck. Whatever piece of paper says the winner is the winner and the rest get pied.
Got it.
If you got that, line up. It was Eric who found the label, which meant that Bernadette, Brett, and Devante were up for a pie in the face. On your mark, get set,
That pie in our face. I mean, literally in our face like this.
Come on, boy.
Ryan is the most trouble. So after I had taught her how to use discipline correctly, we sent them all to a ceramic studio to put Mum to the test.
Don't drop that. It'll break. Put them on the table.
I was really stressed out. I was worried what they were gonna do, what they were gonna say, how I was gonna control them.
No. Ryan, Mommy said no. Listen to me. If you don't stop touching, you're gonna go on the naughty step, okay?
No.
Ryan, Mommy told you not to touch and you touched. Now you're gonna sit on the naughty step.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
This is the naughty step.
Come down, sit down, do the technique
Stay
properly.
here.
All right, you've stepped up, you've become more assertive. You're taking charge now.
I learned that I could take the kids out in public. Before Joe came, I would not have taken them by myself. Now I will.
Okay, Ryan, Mommy put you on the naughty step for not listening. Say I'm sorry. Say I'm sorry. Okay, give me a hug and a kiss.
Mum's doing a really good job at managing Ryan, but Ryan's always going to want to imitate James and Tyler, so I need to come up with an exercise that's going to allow them to behave better.
The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put on our climbing harnesses.
When I first saw the wall, I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna climb this?
So I've come up with an exercise for James and Tyler that's going to help them work as a tag team.
All right, we're good to go.
Their legs are going to be tied together, so climbing this wall is definitely going to be a joint effort.
When the boys were climbing the rock wall and their feet were linked together, I was kind of in awe. There you go. Good job you guys are doing. Oh my goodness. They worked really well together. They weren't criticizing each other. They weren't trying to kick each other off the rock wall. They actually helped each other. All right! You guys did it! Tyler and James did really good teamwork, and I was proud of them.
Unfortunately, Dad was at work when I arrived the next day to teach the Tafoyas, and because Mum usually spends most of her time with the kids, I had her set down the ground rules. This is about her taking charge and really being the disciplinarian that she's going to need to be when she's at home. And these rules are for the house. If you guys choose to break these rules, there are going to be serious consequences. What you're going to do, Holly, is fill in those rules. So, our first rule is going to be what?
Not lie and wise off and talk back.
So you said lie, so no lying.
The most important rule for me is the no lying.
I'm hoping that Holly will do really well now she has wrote down the house rules for the kids.
Is there any questions about any of these rules?
No, thank you.
So you understand all of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
The kids know what the rules are now. There are no excuses for them not to follow them. They're well aware of what's on the board.
Naughty step.
James knows that he is not supposed to be in the cupboards in the bathroom. He lied to me, so I went ahead and I put him on the naughty step.
You know why I put you here?
Because I lied.
Right. You know that that's one of the house rules, James, and we've been going through this a lot. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Don't lie to me anymore.
I'm proud of Holly for listening to my advice. and doing discipline correctly with James.
Tell me you're sorry.
Sorry.
Do you mean it?
Yes.
All right. I love you.
I think that I have more knowledge of how to be a better parent than before Joe got here. I feel like with the techniques that I have, I'm more nurturing now.
Ready?
Okay.
Angela, why is it so important for you as a mother to have your children do so many activities in 1 week?
We both would like them to be exposed to extracurricular as well as sports.
It is good that you are exposing them to the opportunities that the world has to offer for them. But you've been unrealistic with your expectations. The kids are getting stressed out. With the rules and discipline firmly in place in the new home, it's now time to tackle the schedule. This mum, she's so overstressed and overscheduled that she doesn't even realise that her kids have over 40 activities a week. That's the next thing I want to address. You see that big mountain over there? I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to see if we can hold what we do during the week. So, Mum and Dad, I want you to take what you see here, and whoever it belongs to, you have to give it to the child, and you have to try and hold it, OK? Ready? Let's go, Mum and Dad.
You're keeping me quiet. I can't hold it, Daddy.
Come on, Charlotte.
When Jill had the kids get all piled up with their activities, and I looked at these poor kids and I said to myself, what parent am I overloading the kids with so many things to do?
This exercise was to set up exactly how many classes you put your kids through every week. Can I ask you a question? Do we need to change the activities? Okay, let's drop the stuff then. Okay, I'd like to ask you both to decide which are the mandatory ones, the ones that they must do.
We are going to keep Chinese because it is part of who we are.
Keep.
One day they'll thank you for it. One day. They really want their kids to go to Chinese school so that they can learn Chinese language and culture and be in touch with their Chinese heritage. So now it's time for the kids to choose a few activities for themselves.
Isabella, what are the lessons that you want to keep?
Ballet.
You like ballet?
What would you like to take up?
Yeah, I like drum.
You want to do drum? You guys doing Cub Scouts?
Yeah, I'm doing Cub Scouts and skating.
It was a bit hard to give up a lot of these great activities, but we're both willing to give it a try.
You know, it is going to create more harmony, not so much stress for all of you. And, you know, it's not something that you're actually going to see in 4 weeks or 5 weeks. You're going to see that straight away. And you're allowing space for you to spend time with the children so they can be around their mother so that you can enjoy motherhood. You know, enjoy it because you wasn't enjoying it.
Dinner time! Well, Mom serve you rice. What do you say?
Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mommy.
Forrest and I are together on the same page when it comes to parenting the children, that there's a lot more communication. We're definitely glad that we did move and everything else is behind us. I think giving up those activities has been worthwhile because the children are a lot happier and we're having time that we can spend together. These are the things that we've actually never done before, so it's a great experience.
When it comes down to being like the wife and the mother and the anything that requires an organizational fit into a little mold thing, I'm not good, and it just makes life really hard for me.
What other things make you fearful? Like heights make me a bit queasy.
Yeah, I have that one.
You have that one? That makes me feel a bit queasy. Fear has become a comfort for Christy. It's a false security. It's stopped her from moving forward and empowering herself to really make some really good changes. I wanted to challenge Mum's fear of heights because I knew that if she could get over that, then the fear of displeasing her children wouldn't be so bad after all.
I thought, oh no, I'm gonna have to jump off that thing. I was just feeling like I'm scared of heights and I don't want to do this.
She could have turned around and said to me, well, what about you then? So I wanted to show her that I was willing to grow as well and face my own fears of heights. So are you ready?
Yeah, it's ready as I'll ever be.
1, 2, 3, go.
Joe wanted me to know that I could conquer the fear of my life and parenting. The zip line showed me that I can do it.
Christy did it, and she was really pleased with herself that she came down from that tower. So now it shouldn't be so bad, her having the courage to discipline her children. So it was a testing time for her. And it's not easy. There's no way it's easy for any parent, but it doesn't mean it's not right.
It was hard. It's always hard hearing your child cry. I knew it was for the best. I knew that Emma was better off.
As soon as Christy did step up and she was strong and persistent, these girls went off to sleep, just like I knew they would.
Get asleep. I did so good, I didn't even cry.
Did you really? I was so excited to hear that Christy took charge at bedtime. To see her stand firm and to be the mother that these children needed to be is just so relieving.
So, congratulations. You have clearly shown yourself you are able and capable of doing it.
Thank you so much for helping. Bedtime is the one thing I thought we might not be able to overcome. That's the one thing that I was most worried about, and I think we're on the road to overcoming it.